Let's be honest, it's not just you who feels overwhelmed. We're living in an age where peace of mind has become a luxury, and anxiety is the new default. Every morning starts with a buzz. Notifications, breaking news, endless to-do lists. Before we've even had our first thought, the world has already invaded our minds. This isn't normal, but it's become our normal. We scroll endlessly, swipe mindlessly, and react instantly, always on, always reachable, but rarely present. We're drowning in information, but starving for wisdom. And somewhere between group chats and deadlines, we lost touch with the most important connection of all, the one within. The Stoics didn't live in our time, but they understood the same chaos, just without Wi-Fi. Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire in constant crisis, wrote in his private journal, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." He wasn't escaping the world, he was mastering his inner one. So here's the hard truth. If we don't learn how to protect our inner peace, we will become prisoners of the noise around us. And that's exactly what this video is here for. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could change the way you move through the world. And hey, before we dive deeper, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs a mental reset, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom in a chaotic world. So in a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, what if there was a philosophy designed specifically to anchor us? Not a trend, not a motivational quote, but a time-tested operating system for the human mind, forged in the chaos of ancient empires and still undefeated today. That's Stoicism. Born over 2,000 years ago in the streets of Athens, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming some kind of emotionless robot. That's a myth. It's about clarity, strength, virtue, self-mastery. At its core, Stoicism teaches one essential truth. We don't control what happens, but we do control how we respond. And that shift from trying to control the external to mastering the internal is where everything begins to change. The Stoics broke life into two categories. What's within our control, our thoughts, actions, beliefs, intentions. What's not in our control, everything else. Most of our suffering comes from confusing the two. Think about it. How much time have you spent stressing about someone else's opinion? Or worrying about a future you can't predict? That's mental chaos. And Stoicism is the filter that clears it out. Epictetus, born a slave, became a teacher of emperors, said it best. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. This isn't just ancient wisdom, it's a survival tool for modern life. And in the next part of this video, we're going to explore exactly how to start applying it, starting with how to take control of your mind when the world refuses to slow down. But first, if this is resonating with you, drop a comment below. What's one thing you know you need to let go of? I read every comment. Let's build this together. Stoic techniques for inner peace, acceptance. Accept what you cannot control and focus on what you can. Focus in the present moment. Practice mindfulness and live in the present moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Perspective. Reframe negative thoughts and challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. It's one thing to know what Stoicism is. It's another thing entirely to live it, especially when life punches you in the face. So how do the Stoics actually practice inner peace? It starts with a single word, acceptance. Now, don't confuse this with giving up. Acceptance is power. It's the act of facing reality head-on and refusing to waste energy on what you can't control. Your past, gone. Other people's opinions, not your problem. The economy, the weather, the algorithm, forget it. You control your thoughts, your actions, your mindset. And when you start focusing your energy there, that's when peace shows up. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome and literal ruler of the known world, said it plainly, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But there's another core technique, presence. The Stoics practiced what we now call mindfulness. They didn't dwell on regrets or obsess over what-ifs. They trained themselves to live in the present moment, because that's the only place where life actually happens. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." So next time your mind starts spinning, stop, breathe, bring yourself back to now. Not yesterday, not next week, now. And then comes the third pillar, perspective. To the Stoics, problems weren't punishments, they were training grounds. Every hardship was a chance to grow stronger, wiser, more resilient. Lost your job, learned discipline. Got rejected, strengthened self-worth. Stuck in traffic, practice patience. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. That's not a quote. That's a lifestyle. So remember, acceptance, presence, perspective. These aren't buzzwords, they're tools. And when you use them, the chaos outside loses its power over you. Write "I'm ready" in the comments if you're ready to start using these Stoic techniques in your life. And keep watching, because in the next section, we'll dive into real-world examples of Stoicism in action, including what you can learn from emperors, athletes, and even soldiers. It's one thing to understand Stoicism in theory, but the real transformation happens when you bring it off the page and into your everyday life. And here's the best part. You don't need to move to the mountains or read 50 books to start. You just need to take one step, then another, then another. Start small. Start by choosing one moment in your day to be more stoic. That could mean pausing before reacting to a rude comment, or reminding yourself, this is out of my control when things don't go your way. Small habits, massive shift. Marcus Aurelius didn't wait for the perfect moment. He wrote his meditations in the middle of wars, plagues, and political betrayal. If he could practice Stoicism under that pressure, you can do it during a traffic jam. Keep a Stoic journal. This isn't about writing poetry. It's about clarity. Take 5 minutes at the end of your day. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I let emotions control me? What could I have done differently? This one habit rewires your mind. You stop reacting and start responding with intention. Even Epictetus told his students, don't let sleep catch you before you've reviewed your entire day. That's not ancient wisdom. That's practical psychology. Practice gratitude. The Stoic way. You might not think of gratitude as stoic, but here's the truth. The Stoics believed that peace begins with appreciating what you already have. Do not hanker after what you do not have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have. Marcus Aurelius' gratitude breaks the cycle of wanting. And when you stop chasing, you start living. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for, not because it's trendy, but because it retrains your focus. From scarcity to sufficiency. From chaos to calm. So let's recap. Start small. Reflect daily. Stay grateful. These aren't massive changes, but done consistently, they create something Stoicism was always meant to deliver. A stronger mind, a calmer life, and a soul that can't be shaken. Still with me? Then smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments. What small Stoic habit are you starting today? So why does this all matter? Why practice Stoicism? Why journal? Why reflect? Why fight for peace in a world that thrives on chaos? Because on the other side of that effort is freedom. Less stress, less noise. When you begin living stoically, one of the first things you'll notice is silence, not around you, but within you. That mental chatter that used to keep you up at night, the overthinking, the spirals, the anxiety, it starts to fade. You realize you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to carry what isn't yours. You breathe deeper, you respond slower. You feel lighter, stronger relationships. You also become a better human to others, not just yourself. When you stop being ruled by your emotions, you stop snapping. You stop judging. You start listening. You gain patience, compassion, presence. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Marcus Aurelius. That one principle alone can transform your friendships, your family, your partner. Because when you show up with peace, you invite others to do the same. Real happiness, grounded in strength. And maybe most importantly, you rediscover a kind of happiness that isn't loud or flashy. It's not based on likes, achievements, or approval. It's quiet, rooted, resilient. You start waking up with more clarity. You begin letting go of things you once thought you had to control. You feel fulfilled, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That's what Stoicism offers you. Not escape, not perfection, but powerful peace right in the middle of the storm. If this video spoke to something in you, Don't keep it to yourself. Like it. Share it. Comment with a heart emoji if you're ready to commit to this inner transformation. And above all, don't wait for peace to show up. Create it. Because in a chaotic world, that's the most revolutionary thing you can do.